What's up? I'm Kelis, and this is Bounty Farms. Come and I'll take you around. Well, let's see. We started looking probably about 3 years ago, like put our house on the market. I think finding the right place was probably what took the longest. Like I was already resolved that I was ready to do it, and then it was just finding the spot. So once we did, then we packed it up. And here we are. So this here is Biscuit. Biscuit is, he's super important on the farm, not just because he's gorgeous and we love him, because really he's a livestock guardian. So we've got three of these guys right now. This is what he does most of the day. But at night, like as soon as the sun starts to go down, you'll see all of them, their whole demeanor changes. They have a really cool relationship. It's actually incredible to see how they like operate together. They patrol, and so they're nocturnal, which a lot of dogs aren't. These guys, like we get up in the morning, we feed them because they've had a long night. So they've been protecting everybody throughout the night. We have lots of coyotes, lots of bobcats, and mountain lions, rattlesnakes, like the whole gamut out here. And so we'll come and we feed these guys. This is Whitney Houston. This is Marvin Gaye over here. He's our newest. He's a little stank, so just beware. This is Toasty. Toasty was like our first farm animal. He's kind of a bully, I guess. But he's super cute and they're really friendly. And let's see, we are raising sheep to eat. So these are Dorper sheep. So we get up and we feed everybody. Takes a minute, make sure that like everyone's doing okay, and then we like sort of see what damage was done at night with the garden, because it's inevitably always something. So that's pretty much like the morning, sort of like early morning. So this is our garden, actually. It's a work in progress. That's one of our ducks right there. The other guys are hiding over there. They just sort of hang out, and we're building a pond for them, we're digging a pond for them, but it's proven to be a lot more work than we thought. Then we take care of Bob Marley, who's our heritage turkey. So my son named him Bob Marley, but the whole idea was that he was supposed to bring the peace, which he actually totally does. It's crazy, because the roosters were bullying everybody and everything. It was terrible. And then we got Bob, and like you'll see them like full-on cockfight vibes, like they'll be like going at each other, the roosters, and Bob will come in and he's just like, doof, gobble, 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 gobble. And then the roosters, you can tell they're pissed off, but like everyone just like kind of spreads out, and it's like, okay, Bob did his job. So this looks really like trash right now, but there's a method, I promise. Well, first of all, it's all my COVID shopping, so that's the first thing. So I'm absolutely giving back by taking all of my packages, all my boxes, we take all the tape off and everything, and then we use it to cover the weeds, and it helps to like, we're trying to regenerate the soil basically without tilling, so we do no-till farming. So that's why that looks like that, but it will soon have stuff on top of it, and that's just gonna help with all the weeds and stuff like that. And this is one of our main garden boxes. So you can sort of see the massacre that happened here. This is like coming into a war zone. It's kind of like a tender subject with me. But you see these 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, that are absolutely empty and terrible. That is because we are in a war that I'm losing with the gophers. So they were all different kinds of broccoli and cauliflower. There's 1 stalk of broccoli left, and it's been gnawed on. They're really disrespectful, these gophers. They're really aggressive. And the crazy thing is that they pull it underneath the ground. So like a cartoon, I lied to you not. It was literally me like pulling on this broccoli stalk, and this stupid gopher was like tugging, and finally I just was like, this is outrageous, and I let go because I could not believe this was happening. So ridiculous. So we're standing in my olive grove, and we harvest our olives once a year, and we press them to make olive oil that I've coined liquid gold. So it's definitely probably one of my proudest things here, just because like I didn't know that we could do that. And when we did our first harvest, I was so just sort of wowed by how great everything came out. But I think really just like every year it's something else that sort of thrives, and that like, or every season rather, that we're able to grow and that I didn't know how to do before, so that's pretty cool. Oh, we have lots of citrus, so I love that. Like we have kind of all the citrus. We have all the different variations of like limes, we have tangerines, we have sour oranges, we have cara oranges and Valencias and blood oranges, Meyer lemons. And I love that because I cook with all that stuff like every day. So I love being able just to go and there's something like going to like a tree and picking something off. So I love that. So this is a sour orange tree and it's one of my favorites. The oranges are about that big, but like really deep orange color. And they're like tart, but just like really bright flavor. And I use them a lot for cooking. And like when they're flowering, like the wind will blow and it's the most incredible smell. It's amazing. That's one of my favorite things about all of this, honestly, is like orange blossom and lemon blossom scent. So this is my barn. And it's probably the last thing for us to sort of restore and renovate. We haven't put any horses in here yet, but this is where we hatch all of our eggs. So like all our baby chicks and where like when the sheeps have the babies, they're in here, and goats and our ducks. Listen, it's definitely more quiet out here. It's peaceful. I mean, I think for me, like one of the biggest things was just that like I have been on tour for the past like 20 years and I felt like I'm in a big city every second of the day, and I just felt like when I come home, I don't want to come home to the same bustle and kind of same thing, you know, and so being able to just like have ground to walk that's mine and to be able to like be outside, and I think it's just super important to, I don't know, like get your hands dirty, your feet dirty, and just like kind of really absorb all of it on your off time, especially because it kind of restores you to get back out there and do more. So it's pretty crazy to be in major cities and to still have like food deserts, and the fact that like, you know, there is still so much poverty and there's still so little when we know that there actually is so much. And that was one of the big, really large driving forces for us, I think, not just as a chef, but as a mom, as you know, a Black woman, like really wanting to control our story. And so for me, it was really about finding ways to kind of like regain the power, right? Like take back our power and be able to grow what we want to eat the way that we want to eat it. Hopefully, as we get our farming together, be able to share more of kind of what we're learning and what we're growing with others, you know, not just my family, but that's the idea. Basically, like this whole year kind of, even though it wasn't the plan, being that we were all home for COVID, like I was able to spend time on the farm and really kind of figure out what, I don't know, my next steps were gonna be. And so I started this thing called Gold Mine Boxes and doing all this natural sauces and foods and really now like healthcare, beauty stuff, just because like I've had time to research and to grow stuff on the farm. So my goal, yeah, would be to like, I would love to open like a farm to table restaurant. But really my real goal is to do like sort of a retreat, to do like a restaurant retreat where you can like stay and just like rejuvenate and eat and learn and just relax. So I guess, yeah, like sort of like a boutique mini lush little oasis is what I'd like to do.